I hate to admit it because it's the truth. Tattoos should never be a trend because trends change and tattoos don't. Unfortunately, 80% of people getting tattooed today do it because it's a trend. And what they seem to do is what's hot at the moment. At the moment, lettering is hot. You know, like everybody wants some script letters across or across.
Yes.
Women wanted to cross their ribs, sentences that are going to be completely meaningless in 15 years or 10 years. But it's the sad part that it is a trend and it should never be a trend. It should be a long life decision, you know? And
What was the trend
oh
in
God,
the 80s?
I'm sure you see a lot of guys with the tribal armbands at one point. There was a trend that was even worse than the tribal armband. There were Chinese letters with a tribal armband. There was, you know, the Chinese letters that were all wrong. So it's like you walked out and it said sweet and sour chicken while you thought it meant respect. It happens a billion times. But I remember there was like, I used to do Tweety birds and Yosamed Sam and the Tasmanian devil. And there was a trend where it was like 3 years where every macho guy wanted to get the Tasmanian devil, you know, swirling around, and they wanted it right there. And then I'm like, you know, you're 20, 25 years old. You're gonna have to explain to your kids why you got the Tasmanian devil on you. And I mean, it's funny. It's people, you know, that get tattooed don't always have originality, and it's exactly the opposite of what tattoos should have been. It was personalization, you know, and something that means something to you, and it just changes because back in the days you would walk into a tattoo shop and say, I want that. And at that point, the old timers had really cool, meaningful designs like an anchor or, you know, the birds. The anchor today it's everybody's got one, but they don't know why they get it. When you got an anchor, it was so you have an attachment to your home. You're anchored. You know, so if your family was back at home and you're a sailor in your way, an anchor was your anchor. Your family was your anchor. I think in Brazil, surprisingly, they probably have a better taste in tattoos than we have back in the States. There's some great artists in Brazil, really are, high-level artists in Brazil. And what they like to do is they like to get good, big tattoos. And that's, I think, was one of the cooler things that I got to experience in Brazil, is to come here and people want real work, you know, like big Japanese pieces or big black and gray pieces or something that a lot of them just like, do whatever you want. I just want your artwork. So, you know, I would always ask them, so what do you like? Do you like snakes, dragons, flowers, this, that, whatever? And they're like, I like that. Okay, that's all I need. Let me draw the rest.
Are there any artists here that you know the work?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. But, you know, the one person that influenced me a lot in the beginning was Maurício Teodoro.
Maurício?
Yeah, Maurício. Everybody knows him worldwide. He was one of the pioneers of tattooing in Brazil, and that put Brazil on the top of the map because he is probably till today one of the greatest tattoo artists in the world. When I came to Brazil the first time, it was a few years back, but my connection to Brazil was through looking at Mauricio's work when I was young, and the fighting, the jiu-jitsu, and all the art. That was something that I loved doing, so I always had this connection. It was really cool. So I'm Ami James, and this is TV Glamurama.